Now this morning, pagans across the UK are celebrating the Winter Solstice. Hundreds have gathered at Stonehenge to mark the shortest day of the year, and thousands more are expected to mark the occasion across the country, as Britain has seen a rise in paganism in recent years.
We welcome the spirits of fire, the spirits of passion and determination. We welcome the will and the spark of inspiration. We welcome you.
We welcome you.
Well, joining us now, live from Holmfirth, is Inbaal Honigman, who's a Wicca witch. Good to talk to you. How did you become involved in paganism and in Wicca?
I realised I was a witch after being involved in tarot cards for a little while. I tried out a spell, it worked, and that was kind of a very easy ticket in.
What does it mean to you? How has it changed your life?
I think for a lot of witches, the story is that you've always been a witch, and when you find the Wiccan community, or when you find Wicca and paganism in itself, it gives you this sense of coming home, because I've always been outdoorsy and into nature, with a caveat of, you know, not really hot on the weather here, but in general, I've always been very in tune with the seasons, with the phases of the moon. I've always been very intuitive. I didn't know that all of those things put together had a special name. So that's something that you find pretty much across the board with people that find Wicca, that find Druidry, and all the different streams of paganism. They find that, you know, we don't so much find our way there as it finds us, because that's who we always were.
Those on the outside will look at what you do and what you believe in, and some of the footage we're broadcasting this morning, and think it does look a little odd. It is something that a lot of people slightly snigger at, slightly laugh at. How do you deal with that?
Not in my experience. I think when you put anything in a historical context, I'm pretty sure people laughed at, you know, the Jesus guy when he first came up with his wacky ideas. And I come from a Jewish background, and it hasn't been easy for Jews for a long time. Just because something is unpopular doesn't mean it's wrong. And when you find somewhere that you belong, then it's right for you. Wicca is very non-preachy. I don't care that you're not pagan. You're great as you are. I'm great as I am. And that is pretty much one of the tenets of paganism in itself.
When we talk about witches, as you describe yourself, you've got two young children. Of course, in a lot of children's literature, witches are the baddies, aren't they? How do you describe that to your kids?
I've actually got 3 children now, and my firstborn is extremely bright and has always been able to hold very open conversations about anything from, you know, the meaning of Christmas, the ancient meaning of Christmas, and spells, so it was never a problem with her. My middle child is very creative and doesn't really care about stuff like that, but in the same way that they know we celebrate some different festivals to what everybody else does, and maybe, you know, we're also a slightly different color to what everybody else is, they accept that not everybody is the same. And I feel that the way the school system is right now is very different to how it was when I was a child, and uniqueness is celebrated and not, you know, sniggered at. So hopefully we're creating a whole new generation of people that get excited when they meet somebody who's got a different background, different experiences, different religion, or a different accent.
As we're talking to you, we're looking at images from Stonehenge, lots of young children there running around the stones. They seem to be having a great time. Why is this time of year so important? Why is the winter solstice important?
The winter solstice, just like the summer solstice, is very important because it reminds us that things are still moving on. We've got the year is reborn today, the days are going to get longer, spring will come again. If we go back to ancient times, they didn't have any proof that any of this would happen. So they would bring evergreen branches home, because the evergreens, the mistletoe, the holly, were symbols that nature is still alive despite appearances. And it kind of tells you that while nature is reborn, everything is reborn. I don't know if you've had a difficult year. I certainly have. And for me, the fact that from today the days are getting longer means that there is a new hope, a new year is born. Sorry, I would love to say it in a more academic or exciting way. But for me, it's very exciting that a new year is born. And the new nature year is born today. A lot of people celebrate the new year born on the 1st of January. To me, that's absolutely random and without any basis.
Okay, and of course this time of year, another birth is also being celebrated as well. Inbaal Honigman, good to talk to you. Thanks for joining us on Sky News.
Thank you.